I was lucky enough to come to Charlotte, actually, to begin the film commission for the region, and was a film commissioner over the 7 years that balance really went out of kilter for union issues, for all kinds of interesting issues. And then I got another opportunity, and that was to go work for the Light Factory, which at the time, 8 years ago, was in a very interesting state of being. It was an organization that was created in the late 60s or early 70s, depending on who you talk to. And it was created in that period. There was a phenomenon of artist-run organizations. I will be the first to admit that I'm a Gen Xer. I'm not a boomer. So I'm an Xer, so I see the world through X eyes, not through boomer eyes. And, I admire, a lot of the things that I hear about that happened in the 60s and 70s, but see things in a different way. And one of the things that happened with a lot of organizations that were created then as artist-run organizations were that they found it difficult in the long run to be financially viable. And that is one of the challenges that was happening and had happened over the series of bumps and things of the Light Factory. And I actually ended up coming in and getting the opportunity to be the first executive director of the Light Factory who was not a curator, who was not an artist. Actually, was not an artist, not just a curator, but an artist. My joke to this day is if you ask me to curate a show, I thumbtack pictures of my kids on the wall. My parents and my in-laws would love that. But so I've seen firsthand, it's very interesting. It's interesting. You have to use creativity because you still want the organization, especially an arts organization, to produce the art and the things that are at the core of its mission and why it exists. But there's always a balance you have to make with the financial realities and with the realities of understanding what the greater world wants. And one of my great beliefs is that I agree with that concept that everybody is creative. Everybody is an artist. I don't think that anybody gets to be more important on the scale of art and creativity. And that can be challenging sometimes because, to create a product, to create an institution that's available to people at all places on the spectrum of creativity can be challenging sometimes. And today, I think I probably face my greatest creative challenge because the economics have become more and more and more difficult. Because what's really wonderful in the world of general business, and I didn't make this up, I heard a wonderful Harvard business professor in a lecture that I was in say this. The great news is that if you're in the for-profit world, basically people have to want your product and they buy it. And if they do, that's great, you get the money, whatever, who cares. The hard thing in the not-for-profit world in general, and in the art world in particular, is that you have to convince people to put money toward a product that they might not actually themselves get to bring home or take up or to do things. And that is a challenge. And it's a challenge that we in society are dealing with right now. And I think, one of the things I hope is that we can all take our creative energies to really think about not only what we want in this community, but to also understand what we all are personally going to need to invest to have that happen. Because we are living in a community of transition, and it is going to take a lot of creative thought and a lot of very personal investment to make, but to allow us to not only go forward, but even to exist as we have experienced it to this day. So that is my great creative challenge going forward.